All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do another issue of Mortal Terror, issue number 4 from Dark Horse. This is a painted cover. Really like it. It shows the brides of Dracula. Even with the ethereal forms. Like they are incorporeal. I believe that's how you say it. But on the same time, they also holding crosses, etc. Because in this universe, everything is reversed, right? So the brides of Dracula are here mortal, but it gives that horror vibe, like they are from Bram Stoker's vision, the brides of Dracula, vampires. So without further ado, let's dive in. And Jonathan Harker, like I said, everything is reversed, is being tortured by the brides of Dracula, and they want to know. They want to know where they find, or they want to have the information of King Rollo, so that Dracula can find him, right? And he says, "Hey, even if I knew where the king was, there's no way you ever get him. He's unkillable. That's our problem, not yours." So, all right, so he's getting tortured, and then we go to the vampire city, where Captain Westenra is reporting to this woman, right? And she says, "Hey, we need to go back because they have Captain Harker, or Jonathan Harker, right? We cannot let him, being tortured by Dracula." And she says, and then this woman says, "There has been several border attacks, attempted incursion, and intelligence suggest other mortal infiltrators are likely in London. The King's expeditionary force is needed here now more than ever." And she says, "Okay, forgive me. I'm sorry, Cap, but I must consider the broader picture. Prepare your troops. I fear the fight has only just begun." Right? But then she noticed that something is scratching here in this vent, and she's come out. It's Renfield, right? Renfield has been in contact with the humans. Now he's, wants to spill the beans, right? And so you believe me that Dracula marshals his mortal army beyond the city, that they have taken Jonathan Harker and they seek intelligence about our green King Rollo, and that my own Dr. Seward conspires to create a deadly contagion with a mortal he keeps captives for his experiments? Oh yes, I believe every word. So then the other one comes in and captures him because she's in cahoots with the whole thing. She knows exactly what's going on, right? Bitch. Anyway, not to worry, Renfield. I just need time to ponder how to best use what you've told me. Until then, I need to make sure you behave yourself. For now, you'll be back in Dr. Seward's care, but soon I'll bring you back into the world, and then you return to your dark master, Dracula. But this time on my terms. Okay, so he knows that he is, a spy. Well, sort of, right? He wants to get mortal because he wants to be with his wife again. So that's why Dracula promised him to make him human if he is, doing his bidding. Meanwhile, the troops are unrestful and they want to get into action, to help Jonathan Harker. So even is it Jonathan Harker? But this is Quincy. But this is Quincy Harker then? Now I'm a little bit confused about this Bram Stoker story. Anyway, but Captain Westenra says, "Hey, we're not going anywhere. That's crazy. We have to torture the truth from those beasts. And Cottrell is a professional soldier. I know how you're feeling, Jamie. I know how you all feel, but I have orders. Orders that get Harker killed. He might be dead already. He could show him the sun, and he never give anything up. I know, Johnny. This is on me. I underestimated them. Whoever he is from, Dracula has lit a fire in their bellies and brought them all together. Because of that, London is our priority. While our armies protect the outskirts, we track down and capture any mortal spies that might infiltrated the city and rip them to pieces. Hold on to your rage, Quincy." He says basically, "Hey, we can, get the information from that, right?" So, dress your wounds, grab your weapons. The best way to avenge Ash is to ruin the mortal plans and then rip them to pieces. Absolutely. All right. So basically, hey, I'm going to join you later. Now I have to go to Mina Murray, who is Jonathan's fiance, and tell you there's presumably dead. Jonathan Harker escapes, right? And then he listens what other humans are saying. The arrogance makes them weak. They think the threats from within, but with Lord Dracula already inside the stinking underground city, when the moment comes, we'll be able to walk right in. He's already inside. The devil must be stopped, he says. But then he's been, sniffed. That's not really spotted. I want to say sniffed out, but that's not the case. By one of Dracula's, women, I guess. And he says, "Fool, I'm not tied down any longer. The things you did to me, and you call me a monster?" And he is killing her. But not before he's been stabbed by the other bride of Dracula, right? And then we go to underground London. I really love this setting, right? It has really that, Dark Horse feel, the Mike Mignola feel, the Hellboy feel, whatever. Because I always, maybe it's not really fair, but I think when I think of Dark Horse, I think automatically on Hellboy, because I think till this day it's the most successful IP, intellectual property from Dark Horse that is still relevant and people still talk about Hellboy. So I think Mike Mignola is Dark Horse. It's really weird to say it, but that's when I think of Dark Horse, I think of this, right? This dark Mike Mignola-esque universe. Okay. What is it now, Lucy? Have you come to scold me again? Mina, I bring dreadful news. You referring to Jonathan's abduction? I am already aware. What? He says, how do you know? Perhaps she knows because I told her, Captain Westenra. You? And who are you meant to be? Oh, you know my name. I made sure of that. Dracula. At your service, Captain. Arrogant mortal. Only a fool will be caught like this. But then adds, I rip your heart from your chest. Vampires so much faster, stronger, harder to kill. Well, not impossible. What the hell are you smiling about? You call me arrogant? Your entire species is arrogant. Immortality protects you from more natural death. But it doesn't mean you can be killed if I can't get close enough. And he slices open her throat, right? And now he wants to finish her, right? And that Mina comes in. He says, Mina, master, please spare her. Your master, Mina? You call this stinking beast, this man, your master? What becomes of your pride? And Dracula says, well, she swallowed it along with my blood, just as I've tasted hers. But then a totally change of character that surprised me a lot. Because in the last, in the previous 3 issues, she was enthralled. She wants to become, mortal. She wants to do everything that Dracula asked her to do. And now she says, oh, wait a minute. No, I have a change of heart. And she's screaming, murder. And she says, I'm sorry, I couldn't let you. Damn your dead heart. Help me, says Captain Westenra. I have to stop him. I gave you your life, Lucy. That's the last time I stand against him. I love you, Lucy. Don't come after us. I know why she does it, but still, you are a vampire. You just could push them aside, or maybe throw Captain Westenra out of this window, saving her life, right? Or something like that. Instead of, waking up the whole town. Meanwhile, we have this doctor that is experimenting on people, right? And so this nurse comes in and says, Renfield escaped this room. And so they see this. Care to explain this? We thought it would be sufficient, doctor. The man has the strength of a lunatic and the determination of a fanatic, and you thought this would do the job. So then there's a woman screaming, and he says, open up. Do I have to tell you people everything he's going for? Renfield, what have you done? Now that's the stuff, the real rat. Why would you do this? If you need a mortal to make your plague, Dr. Seward, I'm afraid you're going to have to get yourself a fresh one. So yeah, this woman was a vampire turned mortal, and then the Dr. Seward is experimenting on her, torturing her. So I believe, Renfield fed up being all that and basically put her out of her misery by ripping open her throat. Maybe? Anyway, Yeah, Harker is still in chains now and he's being tortured again. Marcella wants to open the curtains, Harker. She wants to give you to the fires of the sun, but I told her the silver will burn inside you and linger. We need you alive, blood-sucking bastard. But alive doesn't necessarily mean in one piece. You killed our sister, and we will extract a price for that. I know. So he rips this thing out, maybe a piece of silver. He says, do what you want. You get no help from me. You have no idea how much my kind can endure. Don't I, Mr. Harker? I was one of you, fool. My name then was Gabriel Renfield. Renfield, see what's lunatic. My lunatic, my husband. Mr. Renfield has been quite helpful. Lord Dracula is gathering all the information he'll need to reach your precious King Rollo. Dracula will never get close enough to assassinate the king. Assassinate him? You think so small, Lord. Dracula isn't going to kill your king. He's going to bite him, turn him mortal, and then get Rollo's journals. We know the secret, Harker. We know the true history of vampires, and Lord Dracula will reveal it to all of London below. And one way or another, you are going to help. So, still, I think it's still cool in some way that we still don't know who are the bad guys and the good guys. Maybe this is all a gray area, right? Maybe this is all a gray more area because, you know, the humans have stakes in it, but the vampires too. And not all vampires are, well, bad. Maybe they do. I don't know, because they're vampires. Anyway, so we go to King Rollo, and King Rollo's forgetting that's why he's writing all of this stuff down, because the older the vampire gets, the more they forget, right? The words King Rollo puts down in his journals, the secret history of vampires and their empire, all for his eyes alone, and he must write it all down before he forgets. But then, I know, he cuts himself, and then there's some secret passage here, and then there is a book that he flips through it, maybe a journal that he's written ages ago, I do not know. Remembering is hell. It's no wonder I always forget. I wonder what significance this particular scene is here. I don't know. Anyway, so we go into the sewers where Dracula has fled, right? We're deep London now, master. This is a place of monsters and legends, older than the oldest memories. But I am with you now, until you make my black heart turn red with life, until you make it beat, until that beating heart is silent forever. You disobeyed me, Mina. Never again, I swear it. If the time comes and you still want Lucy's head, I'll tear it off myself, but put it in a box as a gift with pretty wrapping and a bow. Come then, and drink. I'll forgive you, but only once. The time is nearly here, and each of us must play our part. Rollo has built an empire by erasing history, but we shall remind him of history's most enduring lesson. Even the greatest empires must fall. And that's it for volume 1. So I was confused because, wait a minute, I thought this was a 4-issue miniseries, right? But then it just have an open ending. Well, not really an open ending, a continuation. So I looked up online. Nobody knows. I saw a Reddit post. I normally don't go on Reddit, but, you know, I was curious about this. And it seems that people say, well, this is just volume 1. Probably, there will be a volume 2. So I hope that's the case. And this is not some kind of a, oh, by the way, we made 4 issues and it didn't sell very well, and now we stopped producing the rest of the comics or the rest of the story. That would suck, because, you know, $5 each per comic, so $20, and then you don't have an ending. If that's the case, I'm going to be really pissed. So, and I'm totally on board with this. I really like the premise. It's a really fun story. It's a really fun twist, and I want to know how it ends. Okay, I hope there will be a volume 2. We're gonna have to wait, guys. So thank you for now. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.